been a really long time since I just sat down and did a chit chat update video. So I thought we would do that today, primarily because, as you may have noticed, I've not been around a lot this summer and kind of wanted to chat about that, among other things. So, let's start with that. Where have I been? Well, as you know, well, maybe, depending on which videos you've watched, Jim was gone during most of the spring over to Ukraine. It was a very last minute thing, and I had a lot of time then to work on videos and blog posts and this and that. And my plan had been, we didn't know when he was going to be home, let me say. My plan had been that starting in May, once school was mostly done, that I would get a bunch of videos done, get them edited, scheduled, and then I wouldn't really need to do anything during the summer, or much. And then he came home at the last minute in May for our daughter's senior Sunday graduation at our church, which I did a video about. So if you're interested, down there. When he did, that kind of threw a wrench into my time. Not in a bad way, of course, let me be clear. But it did throw things into, just change things. So, I've tried to make several videos, and I had a bunch made and for summer, and then I got behind editing, and once I finally got the chance to sit down and edit, it was almost July. I was like, won't do that. And I've been working on my blog a lot. I've also been working on some products. I have a Back to Homeschool ebook and planner, if you're interested, down there. I've worked on that. Right now I'm working on a homeschool planner. So I've just had things that have kind of distracted me. So there's that. And in some ways I also just needed a bit of a break. I don't want to say that like I don't have ideas. I've, kind of run out of ideas, but I've just kind of, I've not been inspired with video ideas. So taking a break was good for me in that way. That said, if you have anything that you would really like to hear me talk about as far as the new school year or just general advice, if you'd like to see more vlogs, just let me know down there. I would love to know as I'm starting to create plan for the fall. If there's anything you'd like, I'd love to do video or viewer requests. That said, I am planning to do, I'll get to that. I'll talk more about the channel specifically at the end. So that's a short where I've been. Not really short, but it's where I've been. Next one, I've gotten a few questions about preparing to take Elizabeth to school. We went up in June for her registration. So that was good. They made it a whole family day, which is far more deluxe than what they ever did when I was in school. But it was good. They had a couple alumni come up and talk. The president spoke. I don't know what else in the morning. Then we had lunch, and then in the afternoon, all the students left to go do things like class registration and student IDs, while the parents we had 6 different topics that we could go with. We had 2 blocks times to go with 6 workshop choices. And so that was really good. We did a tour because my husband hasn't seen the campus. So we wanted to do that. And then we did one about medical and mental health services and religious services that are available at school. So those were really good topics. So it was a good day. It was nice just to spend the day with the 3 of us. That rarely happens. we enjoyed it. Otherwise, I mean, we have a list going. We've not really done much else as far as getting her prepared. We still have some things to buy. We have a good list, but that's about where it has stopped. She's getting ready to go on a missions trip. When she gets back from that, then we have about a month, and so we'll kick it into high gear. She does have both a roommate and her dorm choice. They just got their dorms, and they got their first choice. And back in May, the school opens up basically a discussion board where you can introduce yourself and try to find your own roommate before they do the selections, which was a really nice way to do it. I thought someone had contacted her, and the first person who contacted her was actually the one that she ended up choosing to room with. But they got to chat, and they did a great job, because tend to do things like small talk. How many siblings do you have? Da 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 da. They didn't do that. They went like straight into like beliefs and sleep schedules and things that annoy them and all of those kinds of things, which is great, because those are really things that matter when you're rooming together. So it was just fun to watch her navigate that. At the registration, it was really weird not to be involved in choosing the classes, I gotta say. She and I had talked about like some ideas, but really she just went in there, and I'm sure for public school parents that's not such a weird thing, but for homeschool parents that was really weird. So that's a little college update. Now for my two that are left at home, we actually started school this week. I'm taping this early July. I don't know when this video is going out. I don't know. Hopefully next week, so you may see it soon. Anyway, we started this week, but very light. Like we did about an hour 3 times this week, because the rest of our July and our August are really full this year. And we have a vacation next May, early May, plus we have to get Elizabeth from school. So we had really tight boundaries of when we could do school. If we didn't start until everything was done, we wouldn't be able to start until like Labor Day. And then we would have to finish by the end of April. That's a really tight deadline. So we already started. And my goal is to get at least 2 weeks, hopefully 3, of schoolwork material done by September, like Labor Day, Tuesday after Labor Day or Monday. So spread out over essentially 2 months, but trying to get that much done. Hopefully that'll work. And then that'll give us kind of the buffer that we need for the end of the year. And now, channel update. So, as you guys probably noticed, or maybe not, I don't know how closely you pay attention, I did not do a video every week this past school year like is my ideal. Way back when I first started my channel, and for like the first 3 or 4 years, I did 2 videos every week. And it got to be too much. Way too much, especially once we hit high school. And so I had to cut back. Now that I've got 1 going up to high school and 2 pretty independent middle school, my hope for this school year is that I'm going to be back to 2 videos most weeks. I make no promises. And part of that is just depending on how much content I can come up with. So again, if you've got ideas for me, things you'd like to see specific or not specific, leave it down there. My plan is to continue posting videos on Tuesday with a second. If I do a second video, it'll be out Saturday or Sundays. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's kind of the plan. If I decide to go back just to 1 video a week, for sure, I may switch them to Thursdays, but anyway, you'll see them when you see them. So there's that. Again, request, if you have anything, let me know. Last year, so what was it, in right before COVID hit, I had started doing weekly lives, and I did them, like I had started in like February, and I loved them. I really enjoyed them. This past year, I took off last summer, fully intending to start back in the fall, and I just really struggled. And so as I was debating about whether to continue them this year, I think one of the parts that I struggled with was just the timing. I did it at 3 o'clock on Thursdays, thinking that, my bulk of my week is done. If you're out doing activities in the afternoon, you could like stream through your car because it wasn't visually dependent, that kind of thing. But as I was thinking about it this year, I don't know that I want to tie myself down to the afternoon. So what I was thinking about doing was doing it on an evening instead, like a Friday evening, but just doing it like a once a month thing, and with the idea of being more of a mom's night out type of thing, but virtually. And in that same vein, I was considering, and I want your feedback from this, that's why I'm sharing it with you, doing it in a Facebook room instead, so that we could all kind of interact with each other like you're sitting at a mom's night or mom's coffee, whatever. If you're interested in that, or you think it's a horrible idea, either way, I'd love to know what your thought is. There's no way for me to do that kind of interactive on YouTube. I do want to mention a couple of videos that are coming up. One is a conversation with my daughter. This has been on the calendar for a while, and we just keep not getting it done. We're going to do a video and just kind of chit chat about homeschool experience overall, but also high school specifically and that. So I would have that one that will be coming up. I'm going to do one about Guest Hollow's botany. So if you're still looking for a science idea for upper middle, like 8th grade or higher, this is a great option. I am going to show you my planner and 2 things on that. The one, how my setup this past year changed and why I love it, how well it's worked for me, but then also show you the planner that I'm hopefully finishing this weekend and putting it up for sale. So, and some of those pages overlap. I'll talk about more in that video. My hope is that from here on, I'll get back into regular weekly content. That's the plan. I've got some time coming up that I can dedicate to getting ahead on videos. So have a request, drop them down below, and I will see you in the next one.